This is the mitten that goes with the fleur-de-lis hat, and you can see that I have the cuff folded up here, and this is a left mitten because the thumb is on the right hand side. And the way that these should look when they're finished is that the offset, this is the same kind of offset that is on the hat, will be here, and 3 buttons will be placed, giving it kind of a gauntlet look. Now when you work the mittens, and this is the left mitten, so we'll talk about it first, I pick up stitches on the wrong side of the cuff, because when I fold the cuff up, the wrong side of the cuff goes to the right side of the mitten, so that the right side of the cuff will be on top. And I pick up starting at the corner at the very edge, because this is the part that's going to be towards the left. This is going to be folding over it, so I want my offset at the at this end of the cuff. And I'm going to, and the pattern will make this very clear, you don't need to worry about it. I had to worry about it, so you don't need to. I pick up 46 stitches, and I work a few rows in stockinette so that the cuff can fold over, and then I chose to go into ribbing. Now the reason I did that is because the cuff would have been awfully thick with stockinette right there, and the ribbing also helps keep it on the hand. So I work X number of rows of ribbing, and by the way, on the last row of stockinette I have 46 stitches. I'm going to do K2 P2 ribbing. That would not work, so I decreased 2 stitches. And I work ribbing until I have it the length that I want it, basically so that the cuff can cover it. And then I work a few more rows of ribbing, of stockinette, sorry, about for 3/4 of an inch, and then I start the thumb gusset. And you can see the thumb gusset on this mitten. I keep 2 stitches from the mitten, and I make increases on either side, and that gives me some stitches. Now this is not finished yet, so there are holes here and it hasn't been blocked, so don't expect it to look perfect. Now I'm in the second mitten is in progress, and this is the mitten for the right hand. And on the right hand, I'm going to want to have the thumb on the left side of the mitten, and I'm going to want to have the offset on the right. So that means that when I pick up stitches, I'm not going to be starting at the corner. I'm going to be starting at 12 stitches, well actually 13 stitches in. I'm going to skip 12 stitches, and then I'm going to pick up my 46 stitches to the end and work in stockinette and till for 3/4 of an inch, and then do my decrease of 2 stitches and then work in ribbing. And now I'm at the point where I want to start the thumb gusset. Now the problem is that if I started the thumb, say I've got my folded over part here and started my thumb here, that means that when this is folded over, the buttons would actually be on the inside of the wrist, which I don't want. So that means I want to reposition my stitches so that instead of this being right at the side, it's going to be 6 stitches over. And that way it will look better. I'll have those buttons on the side of my wrist, not right at the crease. So what I need to do is I need to reposition these stitches and mark for the thumb gusset. Now I'm going to show you how to do this on the right mitten. The procedure is exactly the same for the left mitten, except that you're working more stitches, so don't worry about it. I give all of these numbers in the pattern. Now I have 44 stitches, and I like to work on double point, but you certainly can do this any way you want. And I'm going to reposition. Now I have figured it out that where I want my thumb to be is 15 stitches from here. That's where I'm going to place my markers for my thumb. So I'm going to work 15 stitches. I know I've got 11 stitches on each needle. And again, you can use circular needles if you like the magic loop or working with 2 circulars. I just happen to be, I guess, kind of old-fashioned and like double points. So I'm busily working over to here. So I've got 11 stitches, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And this is where my thumb is going to be. I'm going to put a marker here, and my thumb gusset is going to be worked off those 2 stitches. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition my needles now. I want my thumb gusset to actually be on the fold. So I'm going to, can't do it here anyway. I'll do it on the next needle. I'm going to reposition my stitches on my, so I kind of know what I'm doing. And there's my thumb gusset. Now, I'm going to work to the end here. And I'm going to start counting from here. So I need 11 stitches on each needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to work, actually I'm going to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And what I'm doing is I'm just readjusting my stitches. You don't need to do this. When I work around here, those 11 stitches will be together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now I'm going to work 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm actually doing this so I can get around and make those increases. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I'm going to get to this row. 1, 2, 3, round rather. 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I'm at the place where I've got my marker. Now, I like to use lifted increases. I'm just very fond of lifted increases because they can be mirrored. If you like M1 increases, then go ahead and use those. Where I would place the M1, if I was using that, is I would slip my marker and I would place it right here. But I'm going to use a lifted increase. And I work up to the increase and I lift the loop or the leg of the stitch below and I knit it, and then I knit the next stitch. And now I've got my 11 stitches on that needle. That's what I was working towards. And then I do the opposite on this one. And by the way, if you've never done a lifted increase before and you do want to use those, in my blog, arendaholiday.com, if you go to the index of knitting tips, I have several tips on lifted increases. So I knit the stitch, and instead of going into the leg of the stitch on the right, I go into the leg of the stitch on the left, and I make it, and I put my marker back. Now, on subsequent rows, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to, in each case, work up to the marker and make a lifted increase in that stitch. Now, on the right-hand side of the thumb gusset, I'll work up to this marker and I'll make a lifted increase, and then I'll work up to this marker and make a lifted increase, a left slanting one on that side. I have determined that it is best to work 2 rows of plain rows between the stitches on the thumb gusset, and that's what I'll do. So you'll see this. I'm going to work until I complete that thumb gusset and then come back and show how to work from that point on.